Now let's get started. Teaching writing. You're welcome. I think we see lots of people from different countries, and I'm more than happy. Just because of the timing, I need to get started immediately for the how to teach writing creatively. And my first question is this. I want some of you to be very active during the training. Just a minute. Let me do this. Strategies for my first question is this. Why is writing important in students' education? Who can answer? Who can tell me?
Good evening, everyone. I would like to answer. Good evening, 𝗓𝗏. How are you?
Yes, Safura, crazy one. You're welcome.
Crazy one. Oh, I missed our telephone.
I like you. You're always active. I'm
As
happy.
usual.
Yes, everywhere I see you. So,
Oh, yeah.
why is writing important in students' education?
Yeah, it's
I want you to
extremely
answer this
necessary.
question.
Yeah, it's extremely necessary, 𝗓𝗏. It is not only whenever the students produce some writing papers or writing, when they work on their writing skills, they do not only develop their writing skills, but also they work on their reading skills, critical thinking skills, and they come up with some ideas. And their logic actually is put into the work, and they create and they try to be multifunctional when they produce some writing, and it also develops their vocabulary and grammar.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Who else? What skill is this? My first question is this. What
It is a productive skill at the moment. I'm
productive
teaching,
skills?
yes, writing
So,
skills as well.
and
Yeah.
so we need a writing lesson because it supports writing supports. What skill is this? Writing is
Communication.
a productive skills, yeah?
Productive.
Productive
Yes, it is a productive skill.
So
Yes.
It supports
in that case,
speaking.
yeah, writing supports or speaking. If you don't have a nice writing skill, you cannot speak. You can speak fluently, but not accurately. That's why we say that students are more accurate when they write. That's why we always say that writing is very crucial in students' education. Now, yes, I sell. You want to say something? No, it's okay. Now, let me ask, let's get started. When it comes to teaching writing, these things are very important. First one is, just a minute, let me do this. It improves communication. What do you understand from here? And when it comes to writing, writing helps students express their ideas clearly. When students write, they learn how to share their opinions. So what do you understand from this? For example, Safra, what can you say? It says it improves students
Critical
express
thinking.
their
Yes,
ideas
madam.
clearly. Yeah.
Yes, they help them to come up with different ideas. They lead them to lead them to think critically, and
Thank
they
you.
don't.
Critical thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It improves students' critical thinking, you said. Look, I'm just giving a little bit information about the theory of writing. Then I will show you how to teach writing using the ESA method of teaching. ESA, it means engage, study, and activate. So generally, just shortly, let me give little information. It improves communication. It develops thinking skills. Why? Because when we write, we think double. But when we speak, we don't think generally. We speak randomly. But when it comes to writing, we think what we are going to write and we see what mistakes we make. It helps students to organize and analyze their opinions. And it supports learning as well. Writing about lesson helps students understand and remember information better. That's why we always say that. Generally, I don't know in other countries, even in my country, students they hate writing lessons. But writing is very important. Why? Because it prepares students for international examination as well. For example, writing practice helps students get ready for international exams. Generally for example, IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo, and even we have iTTi, C1, language proficiency examination. We generally focus on speaking and writing because these two skills support each other. Then when it comes to teaching writing, we need to, as a process, You are going to teach writing. You need to prepare your students for these three main issues. One is this: what's the purpose of this? Why are you going to teach this? You need to explain this. Come on, people are cool. So when you start teaching writing, you need to first focus on these three issues. First, purpose of the writing. You need to explain, why are you writing? Students, why are you going to write this? They must know the reason for writing, such as to inform, explain, or persuade, or describe something. Second, for example, I wrote it here. A student writes an essay to explain the importance of recycling. They know the aim of the writing. Second one, audience. It is super important before they write. So, who are you writing for? Students know that what are they writing and who are they writing for. For example, you are writing an informal letter or formal letter. You are writing for example, someone, school principal, or you are writing to your friend to invite someone. The structure is totally different. And content and organization, this is the last one. What are you going to say and how will you arrange it? So it means you're going to write, you ask your students first, think about purpose of writing and audience and the structure. This is the last one. When it comes to structure, you say they need to know the structure, body language, topic, supporting, and concluding sentences. You know what are they? Topic, supporting, and concluding sentences. Sorry, people busy. So, and what it means topic sentence? Who can tell me? Who can tell me a topic sentence?
Yeah, in the introduction part, for example, not introduction, in each paragraph, we should write a topic sentence where we give our main idea. Later, we have to come up with the supporting details where we support the topic sentence.
Let me tell you something.
The topic sentence carried the main idea of the paragraph.
Lovely. It gives a short, brief information about the paragraph. Not the whole essay. Lovely. Generally, students, look, when we prepare the students for the examination, they said that they are not good at in writing. When they write an essay, their score is generally low in writing. In IELTS, in TOEFL, the reason is this. One of the main reasons. They are not good at creating a nice topic sentence. If you cannot create a nice topic sentence, you cannot write a nice paragraph at all. After this training, I can share the book with you all. You can practice with your students how to write lots of topic sentences. Let them practice more. So when it comes to topic sentence, what it must have what? Who can tell me a topic sentence?
The topic sentence should have the main idea plus controlling ideas.
It means, thank you, you said, but it means a subject and verb. Yes, a subject and verb. So then you need to explain all this to your students. So topic sentence, supporting sentence, and concluding sentence. For example, then when it comes to supporting sentences, topic sentence you wrote, then supporting sentences.
You describe the topic, yes? You
Yes,
explain
Samra, thank you. Describe, but be cautious. The thing is this. You have to be super cautious. When you write the supporting sentences, for example, let me tell you, you are going to write a descriptive paragraph about your best friend. You start the one sentence, topic sentence. When it comes to supporting sentence, when you describe a best friend, we need to use adjectives. What adjectives? Personality and appearance, yeah? Then, when you write, if you start with the personality adjectives, you should write only personality adjectives. Then you can write the appearance adjectives. If you write one adjective in the personality adjective, for example, you use the appearance adjective instead of in the personality adjectives, we call it redundancy. Or if you get, sorry, it is not true. If you use, for example, if you try to give a little bit more information beyond the subject, we call it redundancy. We call it irrelevant. So that's why you need to explain this to your students. Topic and supporting sentence, what you need to be cautious. And when it comes to concluding sentence, this is What it means, concluding?
The last sentence of the paragraph.
Last
Sum-
sentence.
summarizing,
Yes,
summarizing.
summarize.
Here
Thank you,
is the
Fidan
final
Ashraf.
sum.
Lovely. This is. Now let me explain the structure. Now you know this. When it comes to writing, you have to explain this to your students. Forms of writing. One is descriptive. What it means? Writing that describes a person, place, or experience using details or vivid language. For example, if you're going to teach they're going to write a descriptive form of writing, you need to teach them verbs. What type of verbs? Who can tell me? Adjectives.
Adjectives.
What
We are looking for
adjectives?
adjectives. Descriptive.
Appearance.
Appearance. Yeah.
Yeah. Or descriptive. If it's about the person, we can say personality adjectives. Then second one is expository. What it means? Writing that explains or gives information about the topic clearly and logically. This is super important. Teachers here, I think lots of teachers, they've gotten a TESOL certificate. And you know what we say in TESOL, what you are going to explain must be in a logical order. Even in your ICQs, instruction, checking questions, you need to give everything into the logical order. Yes, Safra, could you give me one example for ICQs? Logical order. What's the first one? You passed the TESOL.
Yes, exactly. And first of all, we say what you are going to do, how much
Thank
time
you.
you
First.
have, and how you are going to do.
No. First, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
How are you going to do?
And what?
How much time do you
much
have?
time you have? How
Last
much
one.
time do you
This
have?
is the logical order.
Order,
It's
order,
in
yes.
yeah. It is for instructions, I said, but we use it in for writing as well. You need to go through the logical order. Then narrative one, writing that tells a story that describes events in order. Writing about a memorable day or a personal experience. And you need to put the actions into this logical order. So then the last two ones, persuasive and creative. Persuasive, generally, it's designed for IELTS or TOEFL writing styles. You mean writing that tries to convince the reader to agree or disagree with the opinion. For example, you know the IELTS or TOEFL examination for writing part. You need to convince the writer why this is, for example, advantage or disadvantage of living in the city. You need to convince them. But what system you are going to, what words you are going to use, and had better bring statistics, something from a real life to support your ideas and convince the readers. And the last one is the creative one. Generally, we use it in the TESOL for general purpose of writing. Writing that uses imagination or creativity to express ideas, stories, or feelings. For example, drawing a picture. You remember TESOLers. For example, drawing a picture, through the picture you explain it. So then this is the main part of writing. Yeah, Kamala is on as well. Welcome, Kamala. Yeah. And just a minute. Lots of people are coming. Let me accept them. So engage, study, and activate. Who can tell me what it means? Engage, study, and activate in teaching writing.
Yeah, we can, in the engage part, we engage the students in the activity. We do not directly jump into the tasks, and we teachers, real teachers, I mean, do not give the topic and say that, okay, this is your topic, time to delve into the writing, and here you go, you have this time, and you have to write about this topic. No, we have to engage the students, we have to let them come up with some ideas about this, showing some pictures, giving some cue cards, and so, and yes, this is engage part.
So,
it is a must.
Kamala, you passed the TESOL course, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's your turn. Explain what can we do it in the study part. What can happen in the study part? Engage, study, and activate. Safra, you explained engage, but what can happen in the study part? It's very important.
If I'm mistaken, in study part, after we gave our students some cue cards or show pictures, then we ask questions related to the pictures or to the cue cards.
Yeah.
and they say one by one their opinions about the given pictures or the given cue cards.
Yes.
And then
Agreed.
in activate part, we give them some task related, for example, to grammar or to our writing.
In writing, grammar, who can explain what can
In
happen
this
in the study part and
way,
activate part? Yes.
in the study part, we can give a short text and ask to underline the topic sentence, supporting sentences, and concluding sentences.
Lovely. You said a short text. What it means? Who is talking?
Jamila.
Jamila. Yes. You said we give a model text. Yeah.
Yep.
Lovely. Yes. What else?
We can teach the controlling idea and give 3 topic sentences by adding the controlling idea. And then give them the text again to read and to cross out the irrelevant sentence.
Okay. So now let me explain this. If you are going to teach a writing lesson, you need to use one of the, I don't know, methods. It can be CLT, TBLT, or Engage. Generally, we use the Engage one. It's designed from 𝗓𝗓𝗵𝗵. Engage, study, and activate. What it comes, let me explain this. Just a minute. So, what happens in the engage, study, and activate part of writing lesson? Just a minute. So, engage. Engage, it means like that. There must be a logical order. For example, let's say you sleep, and when you wake up, if you go and eat the breakfast immediately, it's wrong. Yeah, you need to stand up, wake up, go and wash your hands and face, then come, eat your breakfast, then dress up, then go. Logical order is this. Then engage stage is also like that. When you teach something, try to bring a real something from a real life. It can what can happen in the engage part? Let's say you're going to write a descriptive paragraph. For example, my best friend. We can use looking at pictures or discussing, asking questions at topic, watching a short video. For example, when you come to the class first, don't immediately jump to the structure of teaching writing. Show a picture, for example, your best friend, and ask them, what about for example, what do you see in this picture? How can you describe this person? Let them talk about it. Give them 1 minute. Then, or you can start with a mini discussion. You can ask, what about the qualities of best friend? Let them talk. Then you can start a short video. And the last one is teaching words using MPF. Who can tell me what it means? MPF.
Meaning, pronunciation, and form.
Meaning, pronunciation, form. Yes,
And form,
Safura.
yes.
Yeah. Meaning, pronunciation, form. Should we teach the verse in writing?
No.
Yes. Yes. We should. Why?
Yes, why not? Because
To
we
make,
need
yeah, we teach the verse. Which verse? Main verse, essential verse. Where? In the engage part. Why? To prepare your students for the study part. If they know some adjectives, as a teacher, you think that if they know these adjectives, they're going to write a nice paragraph. That's why we need to teach some adjectives or some essential verbs in this in engage part. But when it comes to teaching the verbs, we use MPF, meaning, pronunciation, form, 𝗓𝗓𝗵𝗵. So let's say the adjective is let me tell you, good looking. What type of adjective is it?
We should mention positive or negative.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. It is a compound adjective. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
now you're going to explain this. How are you going to apply MPF? Who can tell me?
Meaning, as CCQ, is it positive or negative?
maybe
No,
also.
I say meaning.
Yeah,
Don't
meaning.
With-
It shows a
with
picture.
This
Okay, go ahead.
definition. This
Is it
definition
maybe is it
of
appearance,
some words.
appearance
Okay,
or
look.
character?
Let me tell you. For example, you show a picture, meaning it means it is your duty, not student's duty. It is your duty. As a teacher, you have to give you have to bring a nice explanation. You say, it's
Yeah.
a compound adjective. It means,
I'll show some pictures, good pictures.
Handsome.
Maybe
For
yeah,
nice.
I say you show, but you
Something
need
that
to
looks
explain the
good.
meaning. Meaning is important. You show the picture is there. Then you need to give the definition. You say it's an adjective, it means it's a compound adjective. You need to elicit the meaning. It means someone, doesn't matter, a lady or a man, who takes care of his or her beauty. What do we call it? If they say the word good looking, then you apply MPF. P. Who can apply P here for good looking?
You say the
Okay.
words and students repeat after you, yeah, like this?
Yes,
Really?
Samra, could you open your camera and show the MPF? I want to see how you apply it.
I have dental problems, that's why
That's the
I
problem.
cannot.
In that case, okay. Who can show me MPF? P.
We can apply it by clapping our hands or
Show
by
me.
for example.
Voila. Good looking. Show me.
Okay. Good
Uh-huh.
looking or
No.
good looking. No, good looking.
Yeah. Let me
No?
show you. Look. Good looking. It means just a minute. Good looking. It has 3 syllables. They
Yeah.
need to know the adjectives as well. Look. You can do like that. You say you take your hand.
Yeah.
Good is silent. Good
Yeah.
look
Good
in.
look.
Look is stressed, not good.
In-
You see? Let your students learn the right version of it. Anyway, then you explained it correlate individually, correlate right on the board. Then it means if you write it on the board, we call it F form. So
And also with hammer, we can show it, teacher.
with hammer, you mean this?
Yes. It's
Yeah. For
really
example, look,
interesting.
good look in. It means look is
Yeah.
stressed. Yeah. Thank you. Now, engage part is done. We have to move on.
Our
So,
teacher is similar to
yeah.
PPP, presentation, practice, and produce. Engage study.
Yeah, it is the same one. Yeah. P. Yeah. So, in the study stage, this is important. Generally, when it comes to teaching a writing lesson. Candy? Would you like to say something, Candy? Yeah, okay. Lots of people. So, what can happen in the study part? If you are going to teach a writing lesson, we need to explain the structures of writing, looking at the model paragraph or something is like that. First, what can happen in the study part? You need to explain the structure, but through reading. You need to give them a model text. And model text mustn't be from the internet. It must be from some of the academic books. If you find a model text from the internet, it can be wrong or some with mistakes. You cannot use it as a model text. You have to use. Someone is doing this. So,
Authentic materials.
nice academic books to take a model text. First, you give the model text, then you explain topic sentence, supporting sentence, concluding sentence through the model text. After explaining all this topic sentence, supporting sentence, and concluding sentence, you need to apply concept checking questions. What it means? Concept checking questions.
CCQs.
Yeah, I mean, CCQ, what it means.
So to check the
Students
understanding.
understand or not, it means.
They understood the
Didn't understand
concept
or
or
Thank you.
not.
As a teacher, concept checking questions are the tools
Checking
for teachers to
To
make
be
sure
sure
that your
that
students
students
understand
or
what you explained or not. Never ask, do you understand? If you say, do you understand? It means you're not a professional teacher at all.
they will
You need
say
to
yes.
concept
Yes.
checking questions, but be cautious. You cannot ask a question to the concept.
Yes.
For example,
Maybe
she
they
is
say
happy,
yes.
is she happy? It is wrong. You cannot say she is happy, is she happy?
Yes. Maybe
So,
students sometimes lie.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah. Then activate stage, what it means. What we activate is linked to this engage part. What we did in the engage part, topic was about describing a person. It means we talked about describing a person, and in the study part, we learned how to describe a person. In the activate part, we need to write about it, learn it, and practice it. For example, writing a story in group, and it must be like that. First, had better use it in group, then individually. Reason: when students they do it in group, they learn it is good for them to learn from each other. Then they can do it
Individually.
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 Yeah. For example, you say write about someone in group, write about advantage, disadvantage cities or something is like that. They write in group, then you say write about yourself. The system is this. Keep in your mind. Think, pair, share, square. Always keep this into your mind for teaching writing. Think, pair, share, square. Think it means individually, pair in group, share, report back to your students, teacher. Square it means mingling or rotating conversation in the class.
Yeah, in the class.
Yeah, this is the system. I will send this PowerPoint to you. You can use it. Think, pair, share. Then what it comes? Then OET. What it means, OET? Who can tell me?
Orally,
OET.
Yeah.
Observation of experienced teacher.
Teaching.
Yeah, teacher, not teaching. So now I'm showing the engage, study, and activate part of teaching writing. Explain. So you come to the class and you enter the class. You're going to teach how to write a descriptive paragraph. So your first question, you can start with this. You ask your students write vocabulary for describing a personality. You can ask write as many words as possible to describe a person. Then let them write, and then you can use moving mind map or give one and get one activities. After brainstorming, you can ask this, you can apply this mini discussion. We call it, for example, the best friend. What are the qualities of the best friend? Give them 2 minutes, let them talk in the group. Don't be picky on the mistakes they make. Let them make mistakes. It's okay. Why? Because in the engage part, fluency is on. We do not correct the mistakes they make. Then you need to apply MPF. MPF is like that. You show a picture, but don't show the words there. You need to hide it. So you show a picture and you give the definition from it to teach the word of loyal. So we call it MPF. Step by step, you teach some words. Then you show another picture, you show another one, cheerful, understanding. Then you give them a model text. After engage part, you give them a model text. It is from one of the books, Perfect Writing. You can find this book. It's really good for teaching writing. So through the model text, you need to choose the model text from the book, but academic book must be. So through the you give the model text, because in the engage part, what we did, we learned, for example, adjectives.
Yeah.
We learn some adjectives. It can be my class or it can be my best friend. So you give the model text. You ask them, read this model text underline, for example, personality adjectives. What's the aim? You give them a chance to read the model text first. Then, through the model text, you explain to your students what's a topic sentence, what are supporting sentences, what's a concluding sentence. After explaining this on the board, you have to use the board. Don't explain it through the PowerPoint. Write it on the board. Topic sentence, supporting sentence, and concluding sentence. Ask 3 concept checking questions. Make sure they understand what's a topic sentence, what are supporting sentences, and what is a concluding sentence. After this, after explaining it, you need to give this paragraph form. How to write a paragraph. Because they have gotten a model text in front of them. You need to say that. You need to indent the first word for each paragraph. Sometimes the students, they don't put a space between the words. Mustn't be like that. Leave margins. Begin each sentence with a capital letter. Don't write the words with all the words with the capital letters in the text, in the paragraph. If it is not a proper noun, be cautious. End each sentence with a period, question mark, or exclamation mark. These are very important. And the sentence and paragraph follow each other on the same line. Do not start each sentence on a new line. What it means, this is super important, even in IELTS. The sentence in a paragraph follow each other on the same line. For example, if you're talking about the personality, describing a person, if you are writing about his appearance, all the sentences you are writing about his appearance must be in the same sentence. You cannot start with a new one. If you start, it's wrong. So then
and by using all these adjectives, I mean, it doesn't matter the script, like person appearance and the inside characters.
Yeah.
So we make our sentences more sophisticated,
yeah,
more
thank you.
academic. Yes.
Yeah. What after explaining this, I can share the book. You can use it. It's free. You need to give them another model text. Read the model paragraph. Answer the question. You need to give them more model text like that. Let them underline what's the topic sentence, how many supporting sentences are there, what's the concluding sentence. Practicing like that, students learn what's the topic sentence generally. What about the supporting and concluding sentence? You need to give them more exercises like that. After this, you need to explain this. Now, what's important? Generally, students, they say, I know, for example, I'm going to write about my best friend, but I know what's the topic sentence, but I don't know how to write it. This is the main issue. You need to explain this. Read the following, for example, you need to explain this. When we write a topic sentence, we need to have a topic sentence. It means subject and verb. Topic sentence, it has a controlling idea. For example, cell phones, you explain cell phones, it means it's a subject and make communication much easier. It's a controlling idea. It limits the content. It limits the content. Then give them more examples like that. Good drivers, public transportation and television. I give you just a minute. Try to write good topic sentence for this. Now start. Good drivers. Who can make it a nice topic sentence? You are going to write a good drivers. How can you make it a nice topic sentence? So 1 minute left.
We can say good drivers always follow the rules.
Thank you, Aysel. I appreciate
Good drivers
it. Good drivers
are the ones.
always follow the rules. Nice. Who can give me one more?
Good
Good
drivers, as
drivers
you
are the ones follow the rules every
Yeah,
time.
Aysel said it. Another one.
Good drivers must always consider everything into account before starting to drive.
Thank you, but it's wrong. Who can tell me
Wrong?
why?
It
Thank
is
you,
too
but it's wrong.
Because
Too
look,
long.
many
No,
ideas.
I want you to understand it. Good drivers must follow. If you say must follow the rules, it's wrong
Should.
because they are good.
Should.
They
Yes,
follow.
yes.
Oh,
This is
and
the
you
mistake.
follow.
Huh? I
Good
couldn't
drivers
catch-
are following, not must follow, are
Yeah.
following.
Good drivers are always, this is good. But if you say must, it's wrong. Why? Because they are good.
It can be supportive, right?
Thank you. So, when it comes to public transportation, 1 minute left. Make a nice topic sentence. It's a subject and put a controlling idea.
Public transportation helps in controlling
Okay, one by one,
pollution.
please. Who? Shahbaz, Ulkar, who is
Yeah.
talking?
May I?
Yes, just recall your name.
Zumrut.
Zümrüt, yeah. Zümrüt, tell me.
Public transportation is a part of transport which is popular among the people.
Yes, but make it a little bit more beautiful.
Can
It's
I
not
say?
that much romantic.
Okay.
Make it more romantic. Another
Can I
one.
say?
Yes, please.
Public transportation is the cheapest way of traveling.
Yes, it is. Or you can say public transportation should
Can I
be
say?
for example, free for students. Something is like that,
Can I say?
depending what you are going to write.
Most
Public
preferred.
transportation helps to control pollution.
I'm sorry, I couldn't catch you. Zümrüt?
I want to say, Zareen. Public transportation helps to control pollution.
Yes, you can say, depending on the idea or message you are going to say. What about television? Make a nice topic sentence for this. Khatira, just raise your hand
Television
and
maybe
yeah.
influences people's opinions.
But it's not good. Look, when you write a topic sentence, it must be, look, this is the main
Can I
part of
say?
paragraph. You see,
Television connects us with the world.
television connects us with the, not that
Or
much.
maybe television has a significant impact on maybe shaping public opinion.
Yes, something like that we can say.
And we can say television is a popular source of information.
Yeah, depending what you're going to talk. So you need to, there's in a book, you can use that book, ready to write. And or you can use AI as well, but be cautious. Ask them to give you more topic sentences and give it to your students. Let them make a nice topic sentences from this. I mean, adding a controlling idea. It's very important. If your students practice with this, I make sure, 100%, I guarantee. If they write a nice topic sentence, then it's gonna be a piece of cake to write supporting sentences and finalize the concluding sentence. This is the main part of the writing. Then you need to give another text again, the same text you gave, for example, as a model text. Then you need to add one sentence inside of it. We call it redundancy. So I just give you a minute. Read this text, find the irrelevant sentence there. Find.
The food in Mexico is delicious.
Lovely. I said you are super active.
The food in Mexico is delicious.
Yes. Why we call it a redundancy?
Because the topic is about students from different parts of the world, but this is does not connect with this topic.
Thank you. That's why what I said. Before, when you teach paragraph writing, you need to explain to your students that do not write anything extra inside of it. Sometimes students they say that if I'm going to write something extra, it's nice. We are going to give more information. No need. It's bad. You see, we call it irrelevant sentence. We shouldn't write it. Then you move to the activate part because they learn the structure. Now in the activate part, they have to practice what they wrote, what they learned. So it must be first in group, then individually. Had better, not must. Let's say had better. What reason is this? Students learn better. Who's the best character in the class?
Students themselves.
Students themselves.
Students.
Students themselves.
Students.
Yes.
No, self-corrections, peer
Self-correction.
correction and teacher correction.
Yeah.
First, you yourself,
Then
then
peer.
Here
Peer. Yeah.
correction with
yeah. When it comes to Zaren, Zareen, yeah.
Yeah, I
Zareen
just want to say that students, when collaborate, they learn actively in a classroom.
I couldn't catch you up. Could you say it again?
Collaboration in the classroom helps students to learn actively.
Thank you. Yes, we do it. We do it in the study part or in the activate part.
Activate part.
Activate part. Yes. But in the activate part, if it's a writing lesson, first do this. Ask them to write in group. For example, it's about the best friend. You are in the class. Say, write about someone in this room in group. But don't mention the name. Let's guess who he is or she is. They're going to write a paragraph about him looking at the model sentence in group. What's the aim? Let them practice in group, and weaker ones can learn from the strong ones.
Yeah.
Then you say, write about your best friend. Or, I don't know, the person you admire more. It can be your mom, father, or your teacher, the ideal friend. So you say that, write about your ideal friend or the best friend, using the model text. So they need to write the model topic sentence, supporting sentence, and concluding sentences. Must avoid using an irrelevant sentence. After writing individually, then, for example, you give them 5 minutes, they write individually. Then what comes? They finish. The teacher will finish writing. What's going to happen next?
And they discuss their responses with their
Thank you,
each
Safra.
other.
Not discuss. You say, talk to each other about your writing.
Exactly.
So, where in group.
and it improves their
discuss
speaking
it too.
skills within
Yeah.
writing lesson.
Lovely. Then, instead of asking one by one, we can apply, look, think, pair, share. It is time for
Where?
squaring.
Where, yes.
So, mingling. You can apply the mingling activity or rotating conversation. You know, the chains we did in the TESOL
Yes.
course. Or onion ring. Or zones. Or record your voice. Generally, this is good. Look, you say everybody stand up.
Yeah, go to the walls.
Yeah, face up to the wall. They go and they face up to the wall. They say hello. Then take your mobile phone. Talk about your writings using. You need to pay attention to more topic sentence, supporting sentence, and concluding sentence. Send it to the group. Students, generally, they hate to record their voice and send it to because they are shy. But doing like the practicing more, you encourage them. You boost their self confidence.
In this way they will be able to overcome their shyness.
Exactly, yes, it is. Exactly. Then this is the end of how to teach writing lesson. But after finishing the lesson, time is for recapping. Recapping is this. You finished, then you need to ask 3 or 4 questions. Randomly, don't say, did you understand the lesson? No. Randomly choose one. You say, what's a topic sentence? For example, Asmar or Safura. What did we learn? Can we use extra verse or send, I don't know, extra verse in the paragraph? Can we teach the verse in the study part? Do we teach the verse or not? Why we do teach it? Some questions to make sure that students, they really learn what you what they learn from you. Then you can assign assign homework. Yeah, give them, I don't know, something is like the one topic. Ask them, go home and write a nice topic sentence. It's an essay. Let them write and bring it back to the school. But be cautious. Ask them to write by handwriting.
Yes.
Not on a computer. Say handwriting. Then, as a teacher, you can read them and you can use the correction codes to correct it. You know, correction codes.
PLS, singular, M,
Yes.
wrong word. R
Yeah. That's why you got one of the highest points from TESOL. Yeah, erection code Safra. It means, for example, don't immediately correct the answers. Yes, Zarin, you want to say something? Zarin.
Yes, I just wanted to add that it is basically assessment for learning at the end of the lesson at students' part
Yeah.
and also at the teacher's part.
Zarin, how are you going to correct the mistakes on a piece of essay? Imagine students wrote an essay. You are going to correct the mistake. What are you going to do?
It can be done in a number of ways. The students can exchange their papers, which
Yes. But as a teacher, yes, thank you. But we need to use the correction codes. Correction codes, do you know? You can Google it. It will show you. It comes from the British Council website as well. Correction codes, it means this. For example, if there's a spelling mistake, don't immediately correct the mistakes and give it back to them. Write SP. Let them find what mistakes is there. They have to find the mistakes themselves, not you immediately give the answers.
The real teachers don't tell where to go, they show how to go.
Yeah,
It comes
thank
from
you.
here, yeah.
I appreciate it. So,
thank you.
I think this is the end of how to teach writing. Any questions, please tell me.
Yeah, sir, may I?
Yes.
And about paraphrasing. For example, today my lesson was about paraphrasing. I taught them how to paraphrase the name of the essay that is given to us. For example, in maybe IELTS essays about, for example, they give us a name of essay and ask us about the disadvantage, advantage, or agree, disagree, and we paraphrase the first introduction, overview. Yes, and today I taught it, and I think that it helped them paraphrasing, changes.
Yeah, it is also. Yeah.
Is your this workshop, is it only about maybe I understood so that it's about pictures. For example, if I show a photo, I ask them to write about this photo, describe. But if I give the name, is it significant to paraphrase or to do as you said?
I couldn't exactly catch what you mean.
I asked you paraphrasing. Today we talked about topic sentence, having some.
Look, Zümrüt, I don't understand it. Lovely. I got it. Whatever you teach in writing, we have first paragraph writing. Then what's going to happen there? Signal verse, and one lesson is signal verse. Another one is timing, sentence structure. All these are there. You have to teach all this using this system, ESA. Doesn't matter what you are going to paraphrasing or something is like that. You need to start with this. Engage, start an activity. If you immediately come to the class, you say that now paraphrase it, the structure is like that, it's wrong.
Okay.
If a student can get baffled,
paraphrase,
we shouldn't overload them. Yes?
Paraphrasing, I thought the paraphrase is the last version, is the last step of writing.
Yeah, I know. But it doesn't matter. You're teaching the comparing and contrasting of this.
Okay.
If that, you'd better use engage, start an activity. The students will love it. Otherwise, students will get tired.
Okay, thank you.
If the lesson, look, generally the fact is this. If the lesson is 45 minutes, teacher's talking time is maximum 10 or 12 or 15 minutes, not more. 30 minutes, they have to talk.
Yeah, okay.
But here is different. We teachers talk a lot. Students, just 5 minutes enough. Mustn't be like that. So, what else? Any other questions?
Mr. Afar.
Yes, what's your name?
Pradeep.
Pradeep. Which country do you come from?
I'm from Kathmandu, Nepal.
Nepal. Yes, please ask.
So, okay. So, I really enjoy your lesson about the creative writing. So, my question is like you talk a lot about how you like let them to write the students. You talk on that, and you like begin with we can like approach with the students by giving them a format or like a sample about the essay writing. But but like my question is, what kind of approach is this? Is this a bottom up approach or top down approach?
Couldn't catch the last words. What do you mean? You said that we give
I
the
mean,
model text something is like that. What else?
yeah, because I mean, you give your details information about to like how you gonna and like how you can write and how you can like compose a perfect essay about like in different topics to your students
Yes, yes.
regarding topic sentences and body paragraphs, opening idea details, and etc. But this kind of this is a kind of approach. But what kind of approach is this like you sometimes make students, you give
You mean
them students
approach? Approach, you mean?
approach and you
Approach,
give
it means engage, start and activate.
yeah
Engage,
it's
start and activate. Or you can use TBLT, task-based language teaching. We do this as well. You can run it through task-based language teaching or engage, start and activate or CLT or PPP. The thing is this, doesn't matter what you are going to teach in writing
Mhm.
about advantage or disadvantage of something, about writing an email, informal writing or formal writing, or just a minute, or writing an email to your friend. You have to follow the steps. There is a
yeah yeah
structure. Engage, set and activate. This is all. And you
yeah
have
yeah
to
yeah.
provide them with the model text every time.
You said like you mentioned earlier, this is how you like scaffold your students, you know, while
Yeah.
they have the gap between the writing and something like. But this is what kind of approach it is? This is a bottom up approach or top down approach to make them, understandable about the lesson. That's my question.
I didn't understand what the bottom approach and top. Who can explain this? I really don't know what do you mean there. Bottom approach,
Maybe
you mean?
maybe main idea, sub idea, maybe.
You mean this? Bottom and
Bottom up is when students get a general idea. And
Maybe
uh,
it would be better to write as
no, the
message.
thing is this. Yeah, I got it. Our sub idea, sub skill, something is like that. I think you mean.
Yeah, because we support our students by giving examples, sometimes like drilling, sometimes like giving them a sample or scaffolding and brainstorming and active their team activations. There's a lot of method and tools, and you can sometimes give them a sample and like audio listening, and you give them to like you let them students in a groups or peer learning sometimes.
Yeah, it is
This is
ESA. Yeah.
yeah, you talk a lot, and I really enjoyed and got the very insightful
You know, let
information
me
from
tell
you.
you. But
But
generally, teachers they mix all in one. Mustn't be like that. Choose one method of teaching. For
yeah,
example, ESA. Just follow this, or you can add a little bit TBLT there. But if you add something from there, something from there, then it will not be okay.
yeah, I know, but I just wanted to I'm just wondering like to know, so because helping students from the very generic to generic to the what is called a vague situation, or vague to the simple situation, to make them understandable about the content or the course or the subject. But what kind of approach is this, bottom up or top down? Your approach with the students. That my questions
Yeah,
actually.
if I can say something about it, it's a bottom-up approach which Afar presented, namely he introduced to he introduced the students to the way a paragraph has to be designed, and at the end he practiced examples that
Yeah, it must be like that. Yeah.
connected to
Yeah.
real life, and that's what he mentioned with ESA, and that's a bottom-up approach. And
Okay,
I
thank you.
think what he did, first of all, I consider his presentation really excellent. For all those who were not clear about how to write messages in English, that was a very good insight in how you have to start. And obviously, if you want to write a message according to how they should be written, then I think 𝗓 did a great job. And this, what he did, was bottom up. From the beginning, how to put together a writing, the rules of the paragraph construction, until the eventual application at the end. So if somebody has not understood how to write so far, I truly believe that after 𝗓's presentation, the ones who still had doubts walk away, and they know now how they have to write properly in English. And I think for EFL students who are very often confused about writing, 𝗓 did the right job, because I would have done exactly the same. He reviewed the rules and went then to the actual application in the end, or at the end.